So I'm a used car dealer, and right now even $2,500 cars are not selling on my lot. And for you, that means prices are going to come down. And on a lot of these cars that you see behind me, we've marked them down $500, $1,000, and we still can't get them to move. Some of them we've even got to the point where we're breaking even and they still won't sell. It's been so slow for us lately that I haven't bought a single car in 2 weeks. Yeah, check this out. So all these cars up here are for sale, and down here where we park our cars for recon, ghost town, right? All our cars are ready up there because we've actually had time to get them ready. We haven't been turning and burning, and it's a good thing right now, but I mean, I would rather see way more cars down here than I would up here, because this right here means I'm not selling anything. But even with all of this going on, I don't want you to buy a car from me right now. In fact, I don't want you to buy a car from any car dealer right now, because I believe it's going to get much, much worse for us. And later on in this video, I'll actually show you what I paid for a lot of these cars that I have sitting out here. So it's been crazy how quickly that this car market has changed, especially for me as a small used car dealer, sell cars that are $5,000 and under. We would turn and burn, turn and burn, turn and burn. Just 3-4 months ago, you can see this clip right here, I had almost no cars on my lot left to sell, and that was right after tax time. And now look, we have a lot full of cars. During this time of year, I never have this many vehicles. We have been extremely slow, and we've marked down stuff to $2,500, and even that stuff is not moving right now. And it's been crazy to see that the market can change just like that, just in 4 months. And I feel like things are going to get a lot worse for me here at my car dealership. We have a lot more slow times ahead of us. Even $2,500 cars are not selling here at my car dealership. So what have we been doing? We've actually been slashing a lot of our prices. Every single week, we're marking down just about everything by about $500. And a lot of these cars that are out here, we're actually getting to the point where we're around break even on a lot of these cars, because they're just not moving. It's been very difficult for us to navigate. And here's the thing, if we have them sit another month or so, then a lot of these cars, we're going to get to the point where we're actually losing money on it. Why would you do that, Brandon? Well, because at auction right now, prices have gone down so much that, okay, cars that we can buy now or even a month from now are going to be a lot cheaper than a lot of these cars that we actually bought a month ago, 2 months ago. And we want to make sure that we're staying ahead of the market. And it's going to be a big pain point for us to try to move with the market when the market's constantly going down, because every one of the cars that I could go buy right now, bring to my lot, is going to compete with every one of the cars that are sitting out here. Give you an example, I mean, this Kia right here, we've got $4,000 on this car. We probably paid somewhere around $3,000 for it. We try to make about $1,000 a car. But if I go into the auction next week in this same car, I can go buy for $2,200, $2,300 or whatever and bring it to my lot. Well, now I can price that car for $3,500. Even if it was the same exact car, that car is going to be now competing with this car. So I have to lower the price on this car, because who in their right mind would come buy the same car for more money on my lot? And now recently we've done something that I haven't done in a very long time. We haven't bought a single car in 2 weeks. I can't even remember the last time that we took 2 whole weeks off of buying cars, and it's because we are completely filled with cars. We are about to the point where we're running out of space. This is a setup for disaster for a lot of car dealers. Now for us, we're lucky because we pay cash for everything that we purchase, but a lot of other car dealers aren't in that same situation. They actually finance a lot of their purchases. So if they're going through the same kind of situation that I'm going through, where they're buying cars and they're buying them at a greater clip than they're actually selling them, they're out here sitting on their lot, then they're paying interest every single month that those cars sit, and that's going to increase the cost of their cars. And here's the thing, the values of the cars are going down. So at some point they're going to hit that tipping point like what I'm seeing right here, and I don't even pay interest on my cars, where they're going to have more money in a lot of these cars than they're actually worth, and they can actually sell to a retail customer. And that's how a lot of car dealers get burned, and that's how a lot of car dealers can go out of business. Because you got to keep in mind, for a lot of these car dealers, they don't have money to begin with. So when they go and borrow the money and then they have to pay more money on top of that, well, it's going to be a situation where they can actually get their cars repoed. We're seeing a lot more of that right now. I see a lot more floor plan cars show up at these car dealer auctions that I go to, and it's because a lot of dealers are in a lot of pain right now. I'm feeling pain right now, and I don't finance any of my cars. We are still selling some cars, and there's some car dealers out there that are so overpriced because they pay too much that they're selling zero cars. This is the thing, when I'm going and talking to a lot of other car dealers at these auctions, they're all saying the same thing. Man, we're dead. We're not selling anything. Man, I didn't sell a car last week. And here's the biggest pain point for me is that I know if I go to auction right now, if I've went over the last week or so, then prices would be lower than they were a month ago. So all these cars that I bought about a month ago, well, I can go get the same thing cheaper right now. But I can't be in a business that is buying twice as many cars as I'm selling. That's just a recipe for disaster for me and for my capital. So I have to sell through product before I can even go back to the auction to load up again. And it's a big pain point for me right now because I want to be at the auction buying what I see as deals right now. And we just can't, because if there's no buyers on the other side, what are we going to do? Are we going to rent out a storage lot? Or are we going to go store 150 cars somewhere when I know that 3 or 4 months from now prices are going to be cheaper than what they are right now? So I'm kind of stuck at this point, and it's a situation I've really never lived before in the car market. I've been doing this now, 13 plus years, maybe coming up on 14 years at this point. I've never been in this situation where I have $2,500 cars, $3,000 cars sitting on the lot, good cars, in my opinion, than better cars than what I've had even 4 months ago when they were moving. I have better quality cars right now than I did back then, and these cars are just sitting and not being sold. It's a very, very weird situation for me to try to navigate because this is one I've never lived before. And for a lot of these new car dealers, these franchise dealers, it's even worse than what we're dealing with right now. And that's because they had so much pull forward in demand over the last 3-4 months because of people trying to get ahead of tariffs. So what happened is all those consumers that were thinking about buying maybe in the middle of summer, well, they all bought ahead of the potential of all these price increases that were coming into the market. And you can see it. Put it down in the comments. If you work at a new car store, tell me how busy you are. And everyone liked those comments, so it pushes them up to the top, so we can kind of get a gauge of what some of these salespeople are dealing with. All the ones that I've talked to, very, very, very slow. Some Stellantis stores right now. There's a Stellantis store that's very close to me, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, and they will go through days where they do not sell a single retail car on their Now, their commercial is still doing okay from what I've heard, but there's been days where they don't sell cars. It's bad for my car dealership to not sell a single car, and look how small this car dealership is. But for a big franchise dealer to go through a day and not sell a car to a customer, that is a setup for disaster for a lot of these franchise dealers. And I think there's more pain to come because all these people that we're going to buy, they've already bought, and there's no customers on the other side. And we've seen the numbers recently, and they are not good for a lot of these franchise dealers. And because these franchise dealers are not doing very well, it can actually make the problem worse for me as a small used car dealer. See, how I get every single one of these cars that are out here are from used car dealer auctions, and where those cars come from are new car dealer trades. So when you go and trade in your 2005 Toyota Camry for a brand new Camry, then that 2005 Camry doesn't stay at that dealership. They actually send it to auction, and that's what I buy. So if we have a season where a lot of these franchise dealers are not selling very many cars, well, the trade-in levels are going to go down. The amount of cars at these car dealer auctions is going to go down. And even though demand on my side is way down, well, if you have supply that's way down at these car auctions, prices for used vehicles can stay stubbornly high, even when there's no demand, even when I have consumers that aren't buying my product right now. When I go to auction, if they have half of what they usually have at the auction because dealers are not getting trade-ins, well, that's going to keep prices sky high at these auctions, and it's going to make even more pain for me going forward because I'm not going to be able to buy a product that I can actually sell and make money, because I have to buy those cars and I have to make them cheap out here to entice the few people that are out there willing to spend money on cars. And I have to be competitive with every other car dealer. So it's going to push prices down, but when we buy them, it keeps prices up. So our margins are going to have to shrink. We're going to have less quality at the auctions, because why would anyone trade in their good running used vehicle when new cars are so expensive? When the economy is tighter, people are not going to spend money. That's going to bring our supply way down from what it is right now, and make prices stubbornly high on the used side. So that makes it so much harder for me, because I need cheap prices to be able to sell cars. And if that's not there, then that's another headache that I'm going to have to deal with over the next few months. So now, you as a consumer, what can you do with this information? Well, if I were you and I was thinking about possibly purchasing a car, I would wait. I would wait me out. I would wait us collectively out as car dealers, both used and new dealers, because we are so slow right now, and things are going to get worse throughout the next few months. Seasonally, summer is very slow for used car dealers, for new car dealers. People are going on vacation. People don't have money to spend on cars because they're spending it on like back to school and summer vacations. And it's a rough time to be a car dealer right now, and it's even worse because we've experienced all this pull forward in demand. And I really think 3 to 5 to 6 months from now, prices are going to be a lot lower than what they are right now, because people just aren't buying cars. So if I were someone that was thinking about buying a car, well, I would wait at least probably 5-6 months before I would even start looking, because I think the rest of this year is going to be very weak. We're just seeing the beginning of it right now. We're marking stuff down. I mean, we got a car, the Versa right here is $2,500. Can't even it's not like people are coming and driving it and saying, "Oh, this is a trash car, I don't want it." We're not even getting people calling us on it. And I mean, I know what you say, it's a Versa. I mean, maybe that's the problem, but we've never had that experience before. It doesn't matter what the car is. If it's a 2000, if it's 25, it's a $3,000 car, it doesn't matter what it is. We're getting blown up on it. It's just not happening right now. People don't have money. People aren't spending money. They're broke. That's what we're seeing right here with this. People always ask about the RAV4 in the videos. I don't know. I mean, this is a cool looking car. We just can't sell it. I don't know. But this is a 1999. We're selling it for $2,500. We've lowered it down to $2,500. We had it for $3,000, but we've got $1,926 in it. And just so you know that I'm not just making stuff up. Yeah, here it is right here. So this is our total cost right here, $1,926. You see, we started out at $3,000. Now we've lowered it down to $2,500. And if you watch a lot of my videos, a lot of these cars that I'm walking past, you have seen them in multiple videos over multiple weeks. So you can tell that I'm telling the truth, that we're literally not selling a lot of these cars, because you're seeing them week in, week out. That RAV4 is a good example. This TL, this Acura is, did I say Acura? This RAV4, and this Acura TL is another example. I've even had it in a thumbnail. We tried to sell $5,000, marked down to $4,500. We're going to see what it does there, but we've got $3,500 in this Acura, a little bit more than that. And stuff like this, I mean, we can always sell Jeeps. Jeeps are easy sellers for us, and especially like a Grand Cherokee, we've never had problems selling it. This thing, we've got 2564 in it. We've marked it down to $3,000. I'm not even making $500. It's going to be a little bit less than that I'm making on this Jeep if I sell it at $3,000. And here's the thing: if we do another price cut, we price cut $500. We don't mess around. We don't mark it down $100, $200, whatever. We're going to cut it $500 every time we cut a car. But I've got a little over $2,500 in this car. I'm not even making $500, and it might sit another 2 weeks. If it sits another 2 weeks, we're going to get to the point where we're breaking even. And this is the struggle that I'm having to deal with right now, because, I mean, 2 weeks from now, if I go to the auction, I might be able to buy that same Jeep for $1,500. That's how fast the wholesale prices move. And if I do that, then I can come out here and price one for $2,500. And this one, if I price $2,500, I'm losing money. This is a situation I'm having to deal with right now. And I mean, even me as great as I am, as long as I've done this, and as good as I know my customer base, and as good as I know what price I should pay for cars, it's stumping me right now, because that should sell for $3,500 all day long. Jeep Grand Cherokee, $3,500 gone. No, and it might be the thing that $3,000 still sitting there, $2,500. Maybe it still sits there at $2,500. If that's the case, I don't know what to do. And at that point, I mean, when I go to auctions, when me and Alex is my mechanic, he buys a lot of cars, so we're gonna have a discussion like, okay, well, if a car that we put out here for $2,500 that we would always sell instantly is still not selling, well, what do we do? What do we do? You tell me. I don't know. You tell me what to do. I don't know what to do.